Good morning. Let's begin our lesson. What date is it today? You can say, what date is it today? Date.
It's today is 26th of February.
Yes. Khojaly tragedy. We are going to speak about Khojaly tragedy. We devote our lesson to Khojaly. First of all, I want to begin, and then you will speak your part. For centuries, Azerbaijan has been attacked by foreign enemies. As a result of this occupation, tragedies have happened. One of these tragedies is Khojaly. Khojaly tragedy happened on a cold night. This is the most awful event in the life of our people. February 25-26, 1992 is a bloody date in the life of the Azerbaijanis. At that night, the Armenian invaders surrounded Khojaly with tanks and other military arms. The helpless people of Khojaly fought against the Armenian soldiers about 8 hours. By pain and suffering, we have been burned. We have been laid on the couch that was held for those innocent people, the elderly, children, girls, brides, and young men. We cried over the tragedy of families wiped off the face of earth, over the unfinished fate of babies whose lives were cut short in their swaddling clothes. Our eyes shed tears, and with the fire of revenge burning in our hearts, we swore to avenge our compatriots who were martyred in Khojaly, taken prisoners and subjected to 1,000 tortures. Everybody could leave the city safe and sound. Some were killed by the Armenians, some were taken hostage, and some were lost in the mountains. Only few of them could escape. As a result, 613 people were killed. Among them, 63 children, 106 women, and 70 elders. 8 families were killed completely. 25 children lost both parents. 130 children lost one of the parents. 487 people were wounded, including 76 children. 1,275 people were hostage. 150 people were missing. The damage done to both state and private property estimated 5 billion rubles. These figures show the result of the most bloody tragedy of Karabakh conflict which began on February 1980.
Khojaly hadiseleri bir de onu gösterdi ki Ermeniler tarafından taş Azerbaycan'ın topraklarına göz dikmek, onu gasp etmek yok. Bizim halka karşı soykırımı kimi vahşi bir yola düşmek artık mevcuttur. Ve bu Khojaly hadiselerinde özünü açık aşkar biruza verdi. O dehşetli gece Azerbaycan halkının yüreğine bir süngü takıldı. O süngü indiye kadar bizi sızıldadır. O yara sağalmayıp, yara bağlanmayıp, o yara hemşe bizim kalbimizde olacaktır.
Has been taken Khojaly. February 26 in 1992. That tragic date is circled in black on our calendars. The terrible time that we remember with sadness, grief, and anger. That infamous day when the residents of Khojaly were subject to an unprecedented genocide in the world.
March of 2020 was also engraved in the history of Azerbaijan as the war in which the oath we took before our martyrs was fulfilled. On November 10, Victory Day, heralded by the Supreme Commander-in-Chief of all victorious Army Ilham Aliyev, people flocked to the alley of martyrs. They moved to the martyrs' cries. They signified a reflection of the Khojaly genocide, with red carnations in their hands and to the martyrs' graves in our regions, saying, "May your souls be happy, martyred sons of my homeland, our motherland Karabakh, for which you significant your lives has now been liberated, and the blood of the innocent people who were murdered in Khojaly has not been left on the ground."
We commemorate the 33rd anniversary of the Khojaly genocide as the day of the avenging of Khojaly. That night, blood rained from the sky on Khojaly. On the night of February 25-26, 1992, blood fell from the sky in the king of the snow in Khojaly. Blood flowed from the Gaza River instead of water.
So what was the crime of these poor people? What was the purpose of these bloody acts of the Armenian bandits? By committing the Khojaly massacre, this savage creature intended to strike into the hearts of the people and Serbia, make the subsequent occupation and ethnic cleansing of Azerbaijani territories easier for them.
To genocide leading to the Khojaly genocide. It is also a fact that even before the Khojaly genocide, during the occupation of the Bavanis Iron village of the Gaza region of Azerbaijan bordering Armenia and the village of Imarat Garvan, Tuğ, Salakepin, Akulu, Khojaman, Jamili, Nabilar, Meşali, Həsənabad, Kərkicahan, Qaybalı, Malıbəyli, Yuxarı and Aşağı Quşçular, Qaradağlı və Azerbaijanis live in Karabakh. Some of the civilian population of these settlements was killed with particular cruelty based on a prepared plan. On February 17, 1992, just a few days before the Khojaly genocide, more than 80 Azerbaijanis were subjected to a mass massacre in the village of Karadağlı, Khojaly.
In the small town of February, Khojaly was surrounded by Armenian military units of civilian attempts, whether in groups or individually, to break out of their siege their fear water. Helpless and surrounded Khojaly was forced to fight the enemy alone.
On 26, 1992, the Armenian armed forces attacked Khojaly. The attack on the city began after 2 hours of fire from artillery, tanks, and Alazan anti-aircraft missiles. Since Khojaly would attack from three directions, the population was forced to flee in the direction of Astana. It soon became clear that this was a trap, a cunning trick. Near the village of Nasrani, the population was cut off by Armenian armed groups and they were caught in a barrage of gunfire. Most of the people came and disappeared in the small villages and forests.
On March 14, 1992, the newspaper Le Monde wrote, "Foreign journalists in Afghan saw 3 people whose skulls were taken and their near pulled out among the women and children killed in Khojaly. This is not Azerbaijan propaganda, this is reality." Patrick, an employee of the British television company, Man News,
was horrible by the message committed against the people of Khojaly and said, the attacks in Khojaly cannot be justified in the eyes of the whole country. In front of my eyes, 4 massacred Turks and 3 of my neighbors were the beheaded of the grave of an Armenian battle.
The suffering Khojaly people didn't live what they experienced on February 26. They had been left hungry and wounded in the forest for days in the snowy desert, trying to escape from the hands of the savage enemy. However, very few of them were able to do so. Many froze and some died from bleeding from their wounds or were discovered by the enemy and taken prisoner. And those who were taken prisoner suffered an unbearable suffering for days.
The hero of Azerbaijan Alaevi Bakurov had not freed 1,000 of their people from captivity during the Khojaly genocide. Perhaps not one of these innocent people would have survived the hands of Armenian executioners.
Justice for Khojaly. Gratefully, the Haydar Aliyev who repeatedly states that the Khojaly tragedy was a blood memory of the Azerbaijani people, emphasized the need for a truthful assessment of the events through the international community and made special efforts to convey this issue to the world community.
HGT was a bloody page in the process of genocide and ethnic cleansing carried out by Armenian nationalists against the Turkish and Azerbaijan peoples for centuries, said President İlham Aliyev. As a result of the direct efforts of President İlham Aliyev, today many countries around the world recognize and accept the Khojaly massacre as a true genocide.
Necessary to special mention the work done by the Haydar Foundation to convey the trust of Khojaly to the world. To disseminate this tragedy internationally and to provide an objective assessment of the massacre. The Justice for Khojaly campaign initiated by the foundation by President İlham plays an exceptional role in involving countries of the world more powerfully about the inhuman Khojaly genocide committed by Armenian leaders. Thanks to the serious comment and occupied lands near the and those who were subject to the Khojaly genocide were Armenian people the battlefield. The audience therefore for the patriotic on the ground by the strong
Victorious Supreme Commander-in-Chief İlham Aliyev emphasized, we give them their answer on the battlefield. We took events for our martyrs, their blood did not remain on the ground. The brave sons of our homeland destroyed the Khojaly executioners on the battlefield, teaching the fascist Armenians a lesson they will never forget.
This event to all over the world for Cengiz Mustafayev. He was a journalist and also an operator. He gave his life as a sacrifice for his country. He took part in many bloody battles, putting his life into danger. He was awarded the title of the Azerbaijan National Hero. Elif Hacıyev was the commandant of Khojaly then. He fought against the enemy bravely. When he realized that the enemy forces were more than theirs, he decided to explode the airport, and only then he ordered his people to leave the city. He lost many of his friends and relatives in that battle.
Khojaly soykırımı ise hiç vaxt xalqımızın yaddaşından silinməyəcək. Heç vaxt Azərbaycan xalqı bu qanlı cinayəti unutmayacaq. Ermənistan dövləti bu qanlı faciəni törədərək günahsız insanları qətlə yetirmiş. Khojalını azad etmək hər zaman gündəlikdə duran məsələdir. Və 2020-ci il 10 noyabrdan sonra 2-ci Qarabağ müharibəsi dayandı. Yenə də köçkünlər bilirdi ki, Khojaly azad olunmayana qədər biz işimizi bitmiş hesab etmiyoruz. Nəinki Khojaly, indi Xankəndi də tam işğalçılardan azad edildi. Ağdərə rayonunda, Xocavənddə, Əskəranda və yüzlərlə kənd artıq öz